Nice. Does it work?
Yep. Cool.
Cool. Nice.
We got Streamlabs working, so I can see what you guys are saying now.
Cool. Nice.
We got Streamlabs working, so I can see what you guys are saying now.
I saw that you have a large assortment of topics.
Yeah.
Because you had like it was 3 different emails.
Well, more like there were a couple of emails. The small. We're already streaming, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just want to test Streamlabs to make sure it works.
To be fair, I was pretty late.
Huh?
I was late, and by late I mean not here an hour before, so because I was stuck in traffic.
Oh, that's all right, dude. How's everybody doing out there? How's the audio? Good? Too loud?
Yes,
Can you give me a
no,
mic check
episode.
on your side?
Check 1 2 3.
Yeah,
1
it
2
looks
3.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike's not with us today, so I'm going to shut off the couch cam.
What's the pin again? Sorry.
Huh?
What's the pin for the laptop? Do that again. Aha!
Yeah, it's still playing RPG sounds from earlier.
I was like, what's the sound?
Soothing ocean
Soothing
sounds.
oceans. To which? So I can see the chat. Okay.
It has a bigger delay than regular chat does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, Twitch has like a 45-second delay.
I think it hits like something around like a 15 to 20 second.
When you miss, it really hurts.
Okay. Go to the dashboard. Okay, I'm all good.
All right, we still haven't had our intro. Now that I got my voice back, I can
Yeah,
record
you
the
can
intro
record the
finally,
intro.
so that we can get that up for next time.
Yeah.
Well, next time, good thing I brought it up. There's not going to be a show next week
Not
because
next week.
because I will be out of town. I have a convention I will be at, so I will not be here.
Okay.
But that's the weekend of the Valentine's Day, right? Next week. Yeah, 16th.
I don't know.
16th through 18th.
I hate.
Yeah, I'm
having
gonna be
that
I'm gonna be leaving that Thursday night, so
holiday. Okay.
I will not be able. I'll be flying out on Thursday, so I will not be able to.
Where are you going? If you can say.
It's kind of on the Ixnay.
In the Ixnay? Hmm?
Yeah. I can't really talk about it. It's kind of hush hush. It's kind of top secret.
Hushity hush hush.
It's
Okay.
not anything illegal or anything, but
Are you sure?
yeah, I'm sure.
Not trying to hire a hitman, are you? You gotta meet him in a predetermined location.
More
to
like
get
I
the
don't
job.
remember what it's about. It's something for work, and I don't remember.
See, the way you were saying it made it seem like it was something like secretive and conspicuous. Something you don't want people to know.
I don't want anyone to know the truth. The horrible truth that I'm going to some Microsoft convention thing.
Now the truth is out. I'm actually a Sony spy.
It does have to do with the Chinese laser program, actually.
Are you serious?
No. It doesn't. All right. I'm just grateful I'm not sick anymore. That's
that's
where
good.
I'm at. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So who we got?
I'm still waiting for this to load. For some reason, it's having a hard time.
Okay. We're still having technical difficulties over here.
It's going at it. It's trying.
I feel bad because we're directly competing with my favorite YouTubers right now. Because he's doing a 24-hour stream.
Oh, is he doing that for charity? I'm guessing.
Yeah, or no, he's doing it for himself. He needs the money.
Oh,
he's a pro YouTuber, but times are tough for
Yeah.
Drunken Peasants podcast. Apparently,
times are tough for every YouTuber right now.
yeah, with the adpocalypse and everything.
I heard it's getting better, but YouTube is still. They really want to weed out content that they don't like.
Yeah,
They want to have their
corporate
image.
masters must be appeased.
Honestly, I think that if they keep going at this, a lot of creators are gonna probably go to Twitch because you can upload videos to Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch
So-
is pretty cool. Twitch has a lot of rules too, but
Oh yeah, but it's not like, oh, if you're not kid friendly, you get demonetized. Like
money, 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 money. We're all about those dollars.
look at them all. Look at them pouring out of my hands. Look at all this money.
All right. I just realized I can't really watch the chat because
I'm attempting to. For some reason, Twitch dashboard is not loading. So I'm gonna.
just
Try
go to the
something.
website.
I'm on it. I'm just gonna go to the channel. Maybe that page will load better. For some reason, the dashboard isn't loading. There it goes.
Streamlabs. Yeah, you can actually set like chat, like money goals with Streamlabs and like chat
Yeah,
goals
I
and
never
stuff.
even played around with Streamlabs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I only stream games typically, and I feel like a lot of that Streamlabs stuff gets in the way. But
Yeah.
for podcasts, I feel like it's fine.
Yeah, well, so like so we have some interaction here.
All right, now I can see the chat.
All right, cool. All right, we are all locked in. So, how's everybody doing out there in podcast land? I'm doing all
The
right.
podcast land, the 3 viewers.
Good to hear. Well, we're gonna have our. I promise we'll have the intro ready, next show, which will be 2 weeks.
Oh
Not
yeah,
next
I'll
week.
definitely be able to edit all that stuff together soon.
I got
gonna add
I got magic cards with me. I don't know if everybody saw. As of now, I am the chat. I am the chat.
Connor, at least you're active in the chat.
That's fine.
Are you listening from work right now?
Yeah, I think he is.
I'm pretty sure he is. But,
All right. So.
Oh yes, first story. I didn't get the beat here for when we usually go over the story, so these are all new to me.
Yeah, these are all new. We it's kind of an emergency podcast because
I was late
Alright.
for.
well, I
reasons.
figured I'd start with one that you submitted. Game of Thrones
Yeah.
creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss to write and produce a new series of Star Wars films.
That I'd be excited for.
Really?
Yeah.
But the writer-director of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Oh, they'll be separate from that. Okay.
Yeah. No, they're gonna be a separate series of movies.
Yay!
I mean,
Something new.
Did you see the episode of Always Sunny that they directed and wrote?
No.
It was the best episode that season of Sunny. I think it was the newest season, season 12, the water park episode. That was hilarious.
I'm
And they
still
both starred in it.
hesitant about anything Star Wars though. I mean,
I mean, it's like you said, I don't care about the story. I care about the world. Like seeing that Han Solo teaser at the Super Bowl, I was excited just because I got to see more of Star Wars. I don't really care what the
there's
story
something
is.
about the guy that plays Han Solo that he looks kind of like goofy to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I like him. I like the guy who plays Lando. I'm gonna
Lando
get lynched.
Calrissian.
I'm gonna get lynched for forgetting his name. but-
Billy D. Williams, original.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams is the original, but I forgot the new guy. He's really big. I don't know his name. I feel bad. What's his name? Chat. I'm excited for that.
I had to keep flipping between screens. I'm getting used to this now.
If you want,
Like-
I can just monitor.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I want to be able to see what people say too.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can respond back.
Yeah. Not just
All
me.
right. Let's see what our next story is. Hey, this is about our topic we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about terraforming other planets. Because my cousin is like, I need to learn about terraforming for my book. So we're gonna be unintelligent topics from intelligent topics from unintelligent people.
Yep.
That's how unintelligent we are. Exactly.
Aberdeen.
Exactly. We're going to talk about all types of stuff. But scientists have discovered planets outside the Milky Way galaxy for the first time ever, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So I guess they're looking into like Andromeda and all the other
6 trillion
nearby
miles
galaxies.
away from the Chandra X-ray Observatory. 3.8. Oh, sorry, 3.8 billion light years away.
Billion light years.
6 trillion miles.
That's crazy.
They have already discovered the first exomoon.
Exomoon. Not saying exoplanet?
A moon orbiting an exoplanet.
Oh, I'm guessing that's in our solar system. Because there's no way they could... in our galaxy, sorry.
That's not too far.
Yeah, it's not that far at all. Yeah, but it's going to be a while till we get there. I mean, how long does it take for, like, our current technology
Oh,
to
we
get
can't
to
even
the
hit
next
like
star?
5% light speed.
Yeah, I know. It's like even
So
when
unless
get
we can learn how
close
to
light
fold space,
speed-
unless we learn how to fold space, it's going to
Warp
be a serious
drives,
problem.
yeah. I forgot what it was. There was some story about how a NASA engineer theoretically proved that warp drives could exist, but just didn't know how to build them. I don't know. It was something I
don't
heard a
know
long
either.
time ago.
Well, there's a new plasma drive that NASA just perfected that they claim proof of concept for that can reach Mars in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Speaking of that, Falcon 9 Heavy too just launched not too long ago.
Of course, yeah.
That was amazing to see.
Apparently it's off course though. The Tesla is not going to land on Mars. It's going to end up in the asteroid belt.
I mean, close enough.
Close enough.
I mean,
It's got no thrusters. I mean, it's just.
I mean, was that really supposed to? I mean, it's not a big deal for them. Like, we got a Tesla into space.
They got a car into space. It's pretty awesome.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I think the guy said he made one, but they couldn't recreate the test. Yeah.
Well, if it can't be repeated in a laboratory, it's as good as junk science. So.
Pretty much. We'll see about that.
Super Bowl is the lowest rated in 8 years. Good old sports ball.
I didn't watch it really, even though I said I drank too much and ate too
I
much.
played a shitload of Magic the Gathering instead of watching.
Okay, so I literally sat down, watched it for a few seconds. I'm like, did the Han Solo teaser play yet? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I have no reason to be here. And I walked upstairs.
Yay, sports ball. And Justin Timberlake, I mean, really?
I mean, he's entertaining, right?
I guess.
I would have considered watching the halftime show.
I mean, I don't like football. Okay.
No, I don't like football either.
I don't like I like football as in soccer.
Football.
Yeah, as in not hand egg.
And
But
but
I don't
the Australian name for it.
gridiron.
Yeah, gridiron.
Yeah, I don't like football very much. To me, it's just watching a bunch of overpaid people give each other permanent brain trauma.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, like
I watch
boxing.
hockey for that.
I feel ashamed when I watch boxing for that same reason because people just are beating themselves into dementia.
Yeah.
But, well, hockey is they don't have as many concussions in hockey, do they?
No, because they're all padded up.
That's what I figured.
But they beat the
plus
shit
there's
out of
penalties
each other.
for like.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes if you punch
Yeah,
someone.
but punching somebody with a hockey glove isn't the same as
Yeah,
a
exactly.
heavyweight hitting for 1,000 psi in a punch.
I mean, I'm not a really big sports watcher, but if I go to like a Red Wings game, it's a lot of fun.
We need Superhuman League.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
I think
Let them roid up.
they all pretty much dope anyway.
Yeah, but acknowledge it.
Yeah, with the Olympics coming around, that's like another
Oh yeah,
another comment with that.
Russia was were they banned from the Olympics this year? The Winter Olympics?
Oh, hold on, I forgot to close the door, and I'm picking up the.
Oh yeah, the fish tank. Don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
It is a step up from gladiatorial entertainment, yeah.
But, you know what I was gonna say is, you know what I can't stand? It's like, I watch it for the commercials. It's like
I watched one commercial.
You are what's wrong with America.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I
Well,
feel.
okay, so if you don't know, I work at Kroger, and a big thing that they're pushing this year for the Super Bowl was food sales, and they told us that Super Bowl is the number 2 the biggest food selling day of the year. So Thanksgiving is number 1, Super Bowl is number 2. That's ridiculous. I think that's the reason why the Super Bowl's so hyped up all the
Is
time.
it really food though? I mean, it's all like Cheetos.
It's food
and
and
shit.
it's number
I
two
mean,
food
it's quote
day.
food unquote.
Yeah, number 2 food day, and I believe the number 1 day for alcohol.
What was that? Somebody said something about YouTube.
Oh, yeah, they post the commercials on YouTube.
Oh my god.
You never see that? They always post the commercials on the Super Bowl commercials on YouTube a week before the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
But I don't even like the Super Bowl commercials. They're all dumb.
Well, now I remember what
They seem like a waste of money.
And to me, this was like literally the election all over again. So I got the Patriots, who are the Yankees of football. Let's face it, who cheat constantly and get away with it. No one cares. And then and versus the Eagles, who have like the worst fan base in NFL
They
history.
lit their city on fire.
Worse than that, one of the guys ate shit. Literally ate shit. Like
Well-
he got on the ground and he ate horse shit.
You saw the episode of Always Sunny where they went to the Eagles game and they got all fucked up on grain alcohol and got locked in a hotel room. That was a great episode of Sunny.
Oh my god. Anyway, that's enough about that. But I really don't understand.
It's just over commercialized so they can push more food and beer sales. That's all it is. Because if it's a number 1 beer selling.
I guess a bunch of people were protesting watching it because of the kneel during the anthem thing. Like
That's
Colin
not gonna
Kaepernick.
stop them.
Like it's there. Yeah.
It's the NFL.
How dare you use your freedom of expression
Yeah.
in this country?
How dare you?
This reminds me of the fact that Trump wants like a military parade now. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this.
Like you know, like discount Mussolini enough. You can't.
You know, the 5-time draft dodger wants a military parade in his honor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Great. Oh, yeah. That's a
God.
whole thing.
Jeez.
But what's the next topic?
Let's move on. Okay, this kind of hurt my feelings a bit. Best Buy will stop selling CDs this year, Billboard reports. Target will do the same. It's the end of an era.
So no more, I'm guessing music CDs?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too affected by that, but I know Sarah, she likes buying music
It's hard to
CDs.
find. A lot of the music I like, it's hard to find on CD. Like, because I listen to a lot of world music and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the thing is, like, I think this is all part of a push to make sure you don't own anything. They want you to rent everything. You know what I mean? They don't want you to actually own physical media anymore. Vinyl sales are still up, though.
Yeah, because vinyls are collectors, but... And doesn't it also sound better on a CD, too, compared to an MP3 or a WAV?
A CDA file versus a WAV file? No, it's pretty much the same.
Okay. I heard somewhere that the quality's better on a CD for some reason. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I can definitely see them going towards that because, I mean, like, we have the biggest DRM in the world, Steam, where we pour money into and we don't own any of those games.
Yeah, it's true.
We just own the license to play those games.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have good old games, which is you actually do own the games. So, I mean, it's not totally going away, the concept of owning your media, but I feel like there's definitely going to be a push to just have you buy licenses.
Wow, I didn't know this. Target tends to pay suppliers only for the CDs and DVDs it sells, shipping the unsold items back to them. Jeez. 62% increase in on-demand streaming services.
probably like-
On-demand streaming services. Ah!
Scream on demand.
He-Man. Oh, by the power of Grayskull.
So yeah, like you said, it's probably Spotify and like Pandora and iHeartRadio. They're killing it.
Spotify has changed my life. When I can't find something on Spotify, though, it's a problem.
I don't have Spotify. I'm like one of the few people who doesn't use it. I use Pandora or Google Play Music.
I used to use Pandora, but
Google Play Music is really good.
I don't know. I'd rather give my money to the EU company than more Google.
True. I just like the platform. I like how you can download the songs too once you purchase them.
This is going back to our episode last week. Spain cracks King Ferdinand's 500-year-old secret code.
King Ferdinand. Did we talk about that?
No, he didn't.
No. Okay, so what is King Ferdinand's secret code?
Well, he was behind the Reconquista of Spain from the Moors in 1492, and the letters were basically between him and another general about all their military movements and things, so no one else could interpret them. Must have been pretty good because nobody.
Yeah, no one cracked it until now.
Nobody cracked it until now.
That's pretty great. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was a combination of 88 different symbols and 237 combined letters.
Mm.
For each letter, there were between 2 and 6 figurative characters, such as triangles or numbers. To complicate matters even further, the symbols were used in the letters were written without separating words and phrases. So there was no parsing. Like,
man,
that's pretty tough to decipher.
Just to come up with stuff like that is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. In the minds of the times, I guess.
They didn't have mass printing at that time, so they couldn't use one-time
pads. Yeah, they'd write it all down.
Yeah, they couldn't use one-time pads, so they had to come up with ciphers.
Mm. And it's crazy what people will do.
Next big disappointment.
Huh.
How the U.S. plans to make nuclear weapons easier to use. So we're going right back to the Cold War, folks. We're talking about building tactical low-yield nuclear weapons, like nuclear grenades, nuclear like rockets, and nuclear missiles, as in the guided missile kind, not the ICBM kind.
Why?
Why? Because Trump's in office and everything must go.
Why not just do rods from God?
Rods from God. It's environmentally friendly.
Yeah, it doesn't release radiation into the environment.
Well, they claim that it's to compete with compete
with who?
China and
why?
And Russia.
Aren't they in the big stages of disarming their nukes, like us? Like, I know we were disarming our nukes, but did we stop that?
Now they want to build. Now they want to build like tactical nuclear weapons. Like, they don't want to level cities.
Is it gonna become?
They want to blow up aircraft carriers.
Is it gonna be Metal Gear?
Pretty much.
Is there gonna be like propelled nukes that can be launched from a railgun that can't be shot down?
Navy's railgun program actually isn't doing that well, so I doubt it.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of excited for real life Metal Gears, but
either way, like. This is a giant leap in the wrong direction.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, why are we going back to the Cold War? We don't need that.
I mean, you
Mutually
guys.
assured destruction.
I feel bad because you guys didn't grow up during the Cold War. I did.
No, we didn't.
The Berlin Wall falling was like, surprise, communism's over. You know, it's like
no more.
The Soviet Union, which was our eternal sworn enemy, no longer exists. It is financially dissolved. So, you know, it's like.
Because of too much military spending.
Gee, I wonder what that sounds like. Yeah, so now we can parade our new tactical nuclear missile weapons in Trump's parade.
I mean, have you ever seen those videos about all the lost nukes? How there's like, I think something around 19 nukes that are lost.
Broken arrows, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one that's live that's off the shore of Georgia.
I thought it was South Carolina. Yeah, it's in the beach. But okay, so if those giant bombs are lost, why make nuclear grenades? They're just gonna get like, a crate of them went missing. What are we gonna do?
Well, I know what I want to talk about next time for.
We're talking about nukes and
I know what I want to talk about next time for our big idea. It's the real fallout. Like, what reality would actually, how to survive. You guys we're gonna
move to Australia.
We're gonna give you the guide on how to survive a nuclear holocaust. And
move to Australia. Move to the southern hemisphere. They'll be
so
the
you
least
get killed
affected.
last.
No, they'll be the least affected.
The trade winds.
I mean, the nuclear winter will still affect them, but all the nuclear powers are in the northern hemisphere. So they're just gonna blow each other up. Not gonna like, let's also get Australia. No. Just go to Australia or like South America.
Bottle caps are the future.
Mm-hmm. Underwater biodomes. We talked about how they wouldn't work though, because they would kill the oxygen in the ocean. So you
some good news, some cool news. All right, ISRO is planning on making a risky moon landing with their rover on the moon's south pole to discover ice.
Nice. The Indian space program is going to go places.
Oh, yeah. In my short story, they beat us back to the moon. And China.
Looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, and China.
Well, China's
everybody
also planning a moon mission
I just
too.
love dark horse candidates, so I'm putting the money on India to
Heck,
make it there.
maybe even North Korea. They have a space program, right?
Yeah, the Chandrayaan-2 mission gonna land right on the South Pole,
Nice.
which is this area that almost nobody's actually landed in ever. So, costing $150 million, the instruments in the rover will collect a plethora of data across the moon surface. The mission will explore the moon's thin layer of plasma to further gain insights in isotopes such as helium-3, which is a potential for rocket propulsion systems and for nuclear fusion if cheap nuclear fusion becomes a reality.
So that's a step towards making the moon a jumping off point for further space exploration.
Exactly.
So that's exciting.
It'll answer the question of whether the moon can become a refueling station for people for missions beyond. But that the big thing is, if helium-3 turns out to be the fusion superfuel, the moon, whoever controls the moon is going to control the world's energy economy.
So either China, the U.S., or the Soviet Union, or India.
Soviet Union. So
So they'll come back.
The Putin Federation.
The Putin
Vladimir
Federation.
Putin.
Sorry, Putin. We know you're watching.
Yes, he is.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's the name of the podcast. We want to exit Earth, and that's the next step to do it. So
Yep, exactly.
that's a great thing to put on here.
Let's see what's next.
Okay. Ads. Sign up for the newsletter.
YouTube will start labeling videos that receive government funding.
Oh yeah, did I put this one on here? I think.
I think we both
Yeah.
put it up. So they're gonna start telling you when something's brought to you by Big Brother or by the Russian
Good.
Federation.
They should. They're a huge platform. They need to start having more regulations.
But
Not the way
this-
they're doing it.
Doesn't this just show how dumb people are?
Yeah.
I mean,
How
it's
much
like
they believe stuff.
it's like Joe's conspiracyblog.com told me what's the difference between YouTube and the government.
Google and the government.
Cool.
They're similar.
So is Twitch like the libertarian stronghold of individual rights?
I
Thank
would
God
assume
it's a
so.
real American podcast.
Yeah, real American podcast.
Real American podcast. Bringing you top topics.
No Big Brother in Russia. But that too. Oh man. Yeah.
Not much to say about that. Just a point of interest.
Mm-hmm.
7-planet solar system offers best chance for life, and it's only 40 light years away.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have the technology to get there in a reasonable amount of time. So. Unless-
Robots, man. Robots.
They have those. What are those little tiny micro satellites that they're gonna shoot with a laser and propel them towards other stars? It's a whole thing. It's a little tiny.
The way they want to use a laser to
The su-
propel stuff towards. Yeah.
And it's like it can get to like Alpha Centauri and like. I want to say like.
That's if they don't
80 years.
vaporize everything with it
Well,
first.
that's why they launch everything. That's why they launch multiples.
Now I know why China wants that laser that's going to make black holes.
Yeah.
The TRAPPIST-1
Simulate black holes,
system,
not make them.
TRAPPIST-1 system at a glance. Looks not too much unlike our star system.
Hey, we can screw that one up too. It looks exploitable, right? What do they got?
TRAPPIST-1DE is the planet most similar to Earth in terms of size, density, and radiation received from its parent star. It may have a denser iron core than Earth. Planets G and H are far enough from their host stars that water can be frozen as ice across their surfaces. Their atmospheres are unlikely to contain heavy molecules such as carbon dioxide. So if there's viewers from TRAPPIST-1 watching, say hello. Be curious to what you have to say.
If you don't, we understand.
Hope I had life out of the way we can get more oil. Well, I don't mean to bring this up, but if there's any rich oil barons watching, Titan
Yeah.
Titan
is
all
covered
oil. is covered in hydrocarbons.
It rains natural gas. Well, liquefied natural gas, hydrocarbons.
Yeah,
It's a whole cycle
not
there.
carbohydrates, mind you, hydrocarbons.
It rains carbohydrates.
It rains fattening bread.
So if you're on a no carb diet, don't go there.
But you know that is a good point. There is speculation of carbon planets, like a type of classification of planet that would have oil rivers and
Which Titan does.
yeah, which Triton does. The Titan does, not Triton. Triton's frozen.
And they're thinking that there might be like a methane-based life that somehow could happen on Titan because of the hydrothermals. If there's hydrothermal vents in the large methane oceans, there could be life down there.
We landed a lander on Titan.
We did?
Yeah, you want to see the video?
Was it Titan? I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Huygens.
On the 14th of January 2005, the Huygens spacecraft culminated a
Huygens.
7-year...
Oh, actually went to Titan. I'm guessing that's how we know.
I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but
Hope it had life on it so that way we can get more oil. Why? Because it's made of oil.
yeah. Now for a section that I'm gonna call effing finally. Finland seeks to drop daylight savings time.
Yeah,
in the EU.
I just read this today.
Mole's time zone switch. I have often wondered, why don't we move forward a half an hour and be done with it?
Your move, America.
Exactly.
Let's go. I'm tired of having to keep changing my clocks on my car and all that
I was gonna
stuff.
read the comment from Ann Brenner here, but I can't read whatever that is. I'm guessing that's Finnish. Holitas un patiat estika.
Can't you make a... Can't Chrome translate, like,
whatever.
text?
I don't even.
I mean, unless it's an image.
It
then
hurts
can't.
my brain.
Yeah, everyone in the chat's like, yes, get rid of it.
Extreme lighting conditions cause health issues, including seasonal affective disorder, which I'm affected by.
What seasonal defectiveness disorder is it?
It's literally the lack of light makes you even more depressed than you already are.
Oh.
An estimated 20% of women, 12% of men suffer from depression symptoms during the dark months.
Oh, yeah. Connor said you can translate on the fly with Google Chrome. You just gotta right click it. I'm guessing highlight, right click, and you can translate what is on the fly.
Right.
So
Apparently, time might be right for bringing back the Swatch Internet time or something similar for certain applications. Time format was released in 1998 by the Swiss watchmaker to provide a universal measure for people around the globe.
oh, so you, like just one time for the entire planet?
In my story for space travel timekeeping, they have a universal clock that just counts 24 hours, and then they have a local time zone that's set to their, like the day is still organized around a circadian
Yeah, so when
rhythm.
you're in space, it's still going off of a 24-hour.
And on other
clock.
planets, there's a universal time thing, but planets have different orbital rotations, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an image taken from another site.
No, that's what I thought. All right, next topic.
Hey, they're not turning the frickin' frogs gay. A salty cure for deadly frog disease. Some genius found out that if you just add salt to the water that all the frickin' frogs gay are turning into.
Wait, so what disease is this?
It's this mutagenic disease that makes
the frickin'
frogs
frogs
grow
gay.
extra legs. See, it's actually really bizarre. Look, frogs grow extra limbs, which makes them gangly and unable to move properly, which makes them eaten by birds, which makes the microbe that causes the mutation grows in the bird's stomach. So when they get eaten by birds, it reproduces in the bird craps it out. The frog eats something related to the bird crap,
That's just
and
loops.
it continues. It jumps between like 4 different species, I think.
Now there's adding salt.
And just adding a little salinity into the water helps our amphibian friends. Yes, I call them amphibians.
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 I can't say that. Amphibian.
Amphibian friends.
Well, at least they don't have 4 legs anymore.
This guy's probably like a genius, but he has a really punchable face.
Yeah.
This is a
He
bad
looks
photo
so
of him.
smug about it. He's like, yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, I figured it out.
What are you going to do about it? I just spilled my salt container into the water and the frogs to stop getting more legs.
Study. Anti-vaxxers often believe
I read
other
this.
conspiracy theories.
I read this. This is... I wasn't surprised.
Think vaccines aren't safe? If so, you also believe that Princess Diana was murdered.
And probably that the world is flat.
A survey of over 5,300 people in 24 countries and 5 continents found that people who believe in conspiracy theories are more likely to believe vaccines aren't safe, despite scientific evidence to the contrary. Just to have them play a MOBA?
Yeah, for the salt that needed for the frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do a few rounds of competitive Overwatch.
I really don't understand. You know what it is? It's hatred of mentally ill people. I'll explain why I think this. Because they're so afraid of their kids getting autism, they would rather have their kid die of whooping cough than have them get autism.
I don't think that's
The
exactly...
vaccines don't cause autism.
I don't think that's
period.
exactly what they're thinking, but it's probably close.
Yeah, vaccines don't cause those
No.
ailments to begin with. Period. Absolutely do not.
But people don't want to believe that.
But people want to have a reason and a justification for why their kid is like has this disability, and if they don't have something to blame, it's just the way it is. Yeah, exactly. Forgot how deadly some of these diseases are, and they're coming back because remember we were talking about the ice melting and releasing deadly
releasing
viruses.
those viruses that are locked up in the caves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen people die. I saw somebody die of lung cancer, and I would not want to see somebody die of whooping cough or any other lung-related issue or any other issue where you drown your own fluids, like Ebola or things like that. But you know, that's literally what I think it is. Over sanitization.
Yeah. That is definitely a part of it. It's the whole thing with over sanitization. I've seen it in my real life situations too, because my one aunt, complete germaphobe, cleans everything, disinfects everything. She's sick every 2 weeks, like horribly sick, because she's not exposed to all the germs.
Well, then
So
again, if you don't keep stuff clean, my cousin died of a high energy level bacteria infection because she cleaned the bottom of a freezer that hadn't been cleaned and like
Oh, did she have like a cut or something that got, or did it just go in through
went
the
into her
skin?
lungs.
Oh. Yeah, you don't want to wipe that stuff down.
No.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's like you don't want to clean too much, but you want to clean a little bit. Keep things nice and sanitary. But not every other day. Like you have to, like that's why you have your kids play in the mud, build up their immunity.
Their immunity, so they don't turn the frickin' frogs gay.
Yeah.
This is sad. Almost 4 environmental defenders a week were killed in 2017.
By who? Or just killed in general?
Killed by people that don't want them to get their message out, pretty much.
So is that a thing that's gonna start happening now? People are just, if you disagree with me, I kill you.
Isn't that the way human history has always worked?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I mean, I don't mean to be totally nihilistic here, but the threat of violence is pretty much the reason why a lot of society maintains order, because a lot of people don't operate at a Nietzschean level of morality where they actually have challenged their own personal moral outlook. So what I mean by that is this is totally tangent, but I kind of like life and living. Like in Nietzschean morality, there's 3 levels of morality. There's the you do it because you do the right thing because you're afraid of being punished, and then there's you do the right thing because the law tells you it's the right thing to do, and then the 3rd level is you've actually examined your own morality and come up with your own personal code of ethics.
I mean, I don't want to get up on a high horse, but I feel like I'm the 3rd one.
I think most people that are intelligent are at that level. But I think there's a disturbing number of people that are
Let's kill that person.
No, that are like, because the law says something's good or bad, it's good or bad. I mean, I can't tell you how many people are like, because you're accused of a crime, you must be guilty.
Yeah, and then you see all these stories about all these people who are falsely accused. Like, I saw a story on Reddit today. A guy who was falsely accused, arrested for 31 years, and given a $75 paycheck to make up for it.
I'd kill somebody.
Yeah. That's when you threaten someone with violence right there.
Like that marijuana, right, guys?
Yeah, it's that marijuana ruining our society. What's this? I was watching this the other day. It's basically talking about how SJW mentality is taking over.
Oh, we'll get to social justice warriors in a minute. I've got the Google lawsuit. Yeah.
Wait, what was the Google lawsuit?
Is that with the guy that wrote that memo and got terminated? Is that what you're talking about, Metasaur?
Andrew.
Well, I don't want to use his real name online. What if you just want people to know who he is?
Well, now they know. Too late.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the guy that said absolutely nothing really offensive or divisive at all, was just being honest. And we can't have honesty. But there's some social justice warrior topics we're going to talk about today. I don't want to turn the podcast into anti-SJW podcast, because there's already so many of those.
Oh yeah.
I just want to keep it an information segment kind of thing. So, I don't know. Unless you think it would make more views for us to just sit here and throw stones
I don't know if
at
I'd
people.
want that audience.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want it either. But we got people that Colombia had 32 deaths due to land conflicts and assassinations in the wake of a peace deal. It's actually depressing because there's too many short stories in here to go over one by one.
That sucks.
And it's mainly people trying to protect their indigenous homeland or their rights to not be subjected to corporate brutality on behalf of, like, extracting natural resources, pretty much.
Like, pretty much, like, say, for example, Nestle came into the Great Lakes and were like, we're going to sell you your own water, and we protest, and they shoot us.
Well, it's like Dutch Royal Shell killing people that disagree with its mining operations in Africa. It's if you look into that, it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully the next article is something a little more
So you think
uplifting.
Eco-terrorism will be a thing soon? I've always been thinking about that, like eco-terrorists becoming a thing.
We're the Planeteers. You can be one too. Looting and polluting is not the way.
It is not the way.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Oh my god, I feel old. Nobody knows about Captain Planet. He's a hero.
I had a feeling it
Gonna
was
bring
Captain
pollution down to zero. Zombie alert. Dead people don't move.
Again.
Doctor pronounces a living man dead, says family.
Planet. It seems like it happens a lot.
Like, literally, okay, so literally this guy wasn't dead, and the doctor just refused to do another check on him after calling the coroner and everything for the donation people. And they showed up. And like, the doctor just continuously refused until they finally forced him to go in the room. He's like, "Oh, he's not dead."
Well, good thing you went back.
Oh, we were singing the Captain Planet theme song. Or I was, anyway. Looting and polluting is not the way. I don't remember the rest of it.
What was the story?
Earth, fire, water,
Heart.
Heart was so stupid. Yeah, I guess he's not dead. Oh my god, the doctor relented. He's alive. No expletive, Cleveland's wife said. I've been telling you that for hours.
Like, it was the same reaction I would have. No shit.
Oh, too bad. Unfortunately, Cleveland would not make it, succumbing hours later after being transferred to a larger hospital. Oh, that sucks for the guy. Rest in peace. But
I don't know. A lot of doctors seem to do that a lot. I've read a couple stories about doctors getting really overconfident and being like, "Yeah, he's dead."
Well, Tommy Cleveland, you've achieved internet immortality.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, okay.
What's
It's
this?
a medicine.
Family
meant to help-
alleges Tamiflu played a role in teenager suicide.
Tamiflu.
Tamiflu is this experimental flu drug that I was on once, and this is the reason I
I've seen
brought
commercials
this up.
for this.
This is
a
the
while
reason.
ago.
Yeah, it's the reason I brought this up. For an hour and a half, I was doing nothing but going over and over, going Tamiflu.
I mean,
like I was like out of my freaking mind.
so what
on
exactly
this
did it
shit.
do? To just like make you super like
No, I'm just going Makes
makes you want to repeat
And I was running around in circles, like all like.
How long ago was this?
This was like 6 years ago. They gave it to me when it was still experimental, like, because they're like, "Oh, you got the flu. Here's a nuke for it." And it was like at Michigan State when they were like still testing the drug and shit, and they were like, "Oh, he's a kid that's sick. Let's test the drug on him." And dude, I mean,
Hey, that's how,
I've never been on narcotics or anything, but I'd imagine it. I was like butthead, man, walking around going like, "I am Cornholio, Tamiflu."
Deep in the bunghole. That's how Robert Rodriguez funded most of his college movies. He would take experimental drugs and get paid for it, and they would make movies with that money.
Did it work? Yes, it worked. It worked like a charm, but it also made me insane.
Yeah, it's like saying the same thing. Does Benadryl relieve your allergy symptoms? Yeah, because it puts you in a coma. What an interesting. Well, okay. Anyway, back to the story.
We shouldn't be laughing because there's a suicide here.
I was like, okay, what's the story you got about Tamiflu?
But
And I saw the headline.
I totally believe this person. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I could if it makes you that like hyperactive and almost psychotic.
Having experienced it myself, no, not hyperactive, like totally psychotic.
Yeah.
I was walking around Michigan State's campus like going, you know, it's like
I am Cornholio. You would lift your shirt up over your head.
going insane. It's just a minor side effect.
Yeah, but I can definitely see how that getting to one person would really screw them up in a way that they would like mentally screw. If they're already not mentally stable, having that doesn't seem like a good idea. Because I'm guessing you were in a good mood before you took it. I can't imagine if you're in like a horrible, depressing mood.
No,
and then took
it was. I was sick, so I felt terrible, and all of a sudden I felt perfect, and then better than perfect, and then insane.
And then you're just like, I'm on opium.
I mean, literally like maybe like an hour after I took this thing, I'm like,
You want to go running? I'm gonna go running, and you're like,
and
run.
this isn't the first story I've heard about this drug doing this kind of shit. So, if your doctor prescribes Tamiflu, make sure you get the full information, especially teenagers too, because the drugs affect them differently mentally.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner. If this thing's been going around.
The warning label on Tamiflu states that pediatric patients may be at risk of confusion or abnormal behavior. Yeah, everybody.
Abnormal behavior. At least you
Poor
know it's
kid.
normal. Abnormal.
Normal abnormality.
Yeah, a normal abnormality. All right, what's next?
Oh, what did he do this time? Donald Trump signs executive order to keep Guantanamo Bay open. All right, I thought this would be a good political discussion. So what's your opinion? You don't want to talk about politics?
I mean, I can talk about this. This is fine. I would prefer not
What?
to talk about politics, but you know.
You want me to skip it?
Well, I mean, what are you gonna say about it?
Guantanamo Bay is bullshit. Keeping people detained indefinitely is bullshit. The Declaration of Independence says that these rights are unalienable and granted to
But
all
they're not-
people by their creator.
Is it
Not that I
technically-
believe in a creator, but they're inalienable rights granted to you by the fact that you are a human being.
Yeah.
Which does not mean they just apply just to Americans.
And isn't there some sort of loophole with that because of where it's at? in
Enemy
Cuba?
combatants, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government should not be allowed to detain people indefinitely for no reason. Either to bring up charges on these people for something they've done, and like people are like, "But we're fighting a war. Yeah, we're fighting a war that's never going to end.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's a police action.
It's not a war. It is police action. The United States hasn't declared war since World War II.
Try them or
So-
send it. Then the other countries they're from want them back because they've been brought to Guantanamo. So now they're permanently our problem.
Yeah, because
What a wonderful decision making process
yeah,
the Bush
isn't there like
administration
government? I mean, this might be my conspiracy theory hat going on, but
So-
wasn't there like government sanctioned torture happening there too?
Yes, exactly.
So,
Yeah, the Bush. Yeah, they don't want the truth getting out about that for sure.
well, I mean,
So
we know
why do
about
we
it.
do this? Because the Bush administration decided it was a good idea to just randomly round up people, and basically a lot of the people that are there or their neighbors are like, oh yeah, they're Al Qaeda to get rid of neighbors that they didn't like.
And they're not gonna question it. They're like, oh, Al Qaeda, that's what we're looking for. Whoop. It's like saying in the Vietnam War, hey, that guy's
Yeah,
a
but
con.
what information are they possibly going to know that's good now? They've been in there for over a decade. You think they know anything about
Well,
the
it's 'cause
modern
he's-
workings of Al Qaeda?
Some people are just
Charge him with
scared
the
of people.
crime, or send them back to wherever they came from.
Yeah, I mean, well, even
Or
if you
char-
did
or-
send them
or-
back.
Or just admit that you're it's totally a totalitarian thing to do.
And it's just a lot of people are just afraid of these people because they think they're really dangerous. When really they're just people who are just from a different culture. Maybe they did bad things against America, but it's like
If they're
that was
all
years
terrorists,
ago.
as the government claims, then they should be able to be put before a military tribunal and sentenced to prison. But
There you
but
go.
when they try to do that, all the states are like, we don't want them, so they end up in political limbo. They're human beings. They have the same rights as everybody else.
Yeah.
Americans don't have special rights over other people. Everybody has the same rights. And
A lot
to
of
be held
Americans think that,
indefinitely
though.
without being charged for a trial is bullshit. I'll take them.
Trevor will take him.
Trevor will take him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Hey,
enough about
come
that.
on,
I'm starting to get politically worked up, and I don't want to.
Live in my basement. We can eat Doritos and play Halo.
It's just as an American, it bothers me that on principle that this exists.
And that like
It's like the Japanese internment camps all over again.
yeah.
They
it
can
sucks.
pay rent.
With what money? They're not gonna get
The suicide rate at
reparations.
Guantanamo, by the way, for troops that are stationed there is sky high.
I'm sure they don't want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeing all that crap that's going on, like we don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm sure
Right.
it's pretty brutal.
Right.
So, yeah, that's close
The
that shit
fact that
down.
we torture is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Wasn't
too.
Obama on the path of just closing it?
Vote today in San Jose on the fate of the
Yeah, but
Christopher
he
Columbus.
was trying to. He didn't follow through with it. It's one of the things that really bothered me about Obama.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on from disappointments of 3 presidential administrations in a row, San Jose City Council votes to remove the Columbus statue. Again, this is a segment I'd like to call "Effing Finally."
Yeah, I was just about to say. So good to know that you're also a Columbus hater.
Columbus goes on at length about how much fun it is to rape, torture, and murder the local people in his memoirs. I've read them.
No, and he also said too that they were born to be enslaved by him.
He's a megalomaniac.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that he was going to it. He didn't even know he was in the New World. He risked the lives of everybody getting there. There's nothing good about Columbus.
Did he purposely know about the smallpox thing and actually like gave disease blankets out?
And here's the thing: we credit him for discovering the New World, but the person that discovered the New World was Amerigo Vespucci. Hence, America. He's the first person that realized he was on a new continent.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And on top of that, people are like, "Well, Columbus Day is now. Columbus Day is now." He didn't know he was in America.
Yeah, he
Amerigo
thought-
Vespucci did.
he thought he
That's
was
why
in the
America's
Indies.
named after Amerigo Vespucci. I was literally just saying that.
Yeah, he thought he was in the Indies.
And a lot of Italians view it as an Italian Pride Day, and I'm like, then why not do Amerigo Vespucci Day on Amerigo Vespucci's birthday?
Yeah, seriously.
He wasn't a dick either, as far as I know. Oh, okay, sorry, being sarcastic. He wasn't a dick either, as far as I know.
Wasn't he arrested and like trialed by the Spanish government too for his crimes against humanity?
Yeah, you know why they call them peppers? You know why the stuff that you buy at Kroger's, the chili peppers. You know why they call them peppers instead of chilies? Because this bastard literally promised the king of Spain pepper and couldn't find any in the New World. So he found these chilies and brought it back and said, "Oh yeah, these are peppers. This is Indian pepper.
So that's why peppers are
That's
called
why
peppers.
we call them peppers.
Interesting.
They're chiles.
Yeah,
They're
chiles.
not peppers." You didn't know that?
I didn't know that either. and I love my chiles.
Guy is an ass.
I'm gonna start calling like. Usually it's like oh, I love hot stuff. I'll be like, oh, it's got ghost pepper in it. I'm like ghost chile.
Yeah, they've started calling it Indigenous Peoples Day for the local people that were subjugated and slaughtered.
Good,
by the
they
millions.
deserve it.
Yeah, we should remember the contributions of the 13,000 or 16,000 or so years of human history before Europeans arrived on this continent.
Yeah, before the Columbian Exchange killed 90%.
23,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah, before the Columbian Exchange killed 90% of the native population. So.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just, I don't know. I for one have never understood why anyone thinks anything positive about this guy.
Well, because they were taught it in school and they were just stuck in their ways and they don't want to believe anything else.
They're destroying our culture.
It's not your culture. He was an American.
Yeah, you want or better yet, how about Leif Erikson Day? How about that?
Yep.
The
first European to land in America
and colonize.
Yeah, colonize a failed colony, yes, but he still did it.
Yeah, and then we can celebrate a holiday with fucking Vikings in it. That's way cooler than another point. He's not even Italian. He's Corsican. Okay, Christopher Columbus.
But that's next
He's
to
not
Italy.
from Italy.
That's next to Italy.
Italy, as we know it,
Corsica is actually a French island, though.
Italy, as we know it, didn't even exist until like the 1800s. For crying out loud!
Yeah, before the
I wish Mike was here because he's Italian, so he could step correct on me all over this. But
yeah.
All right, enough. We've given Christopher Columbus enough spotlight.
Good.
For one
he doesn't need any more spotlight.
Good riddance.
Get rid of that statue. Tear it down. Put it in the trash.
Leif Erikson Day. That's the official thing of the Exit Earth podcast.
Yeah, Leif Erikson Day.
What's
this? I see
development
Nazi.
of Nazi torture center into apartment complex sparks fury in Germany.
A fury. I'm sorry.
Yes, Napoleon was also Corsican.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, it's
and
French
he was discriminated
and Italian.
for it almost.
It has its own distinct culture. And if I was Corsican, I'd be pissed if people kept calling my.
I know, Michael. I'm sorry, I stole your pun.
I'd be pissed if people keep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you know, it's like people from people that say Alexander's Greek. He's Macedonian.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, well, Macedonia is pretty much Greece, right? It's the north part of Greece.
Well, it is. There's a big dispute over whether Macedonia should be named Macedonia right now. Because
it wasn't previously Macedonian territory, but
it was in part of Yugoslavia, if I remember right, or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a little bit south of Croatia, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's a different news story. We can talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
So, okay, my first question is, who says, hey, those are really nice buildings that were used as Nazi torture center? I know what we can do with them. Luxury condos.
I mean, why not? Just
question.
forget the building's past. Don't acknowledge it because Germany really doesn't want to acknowledge anything Nazi.
Bad shit happens everywhere, right? It's not a big deal.
Well, especially in Germany, they just want to wipe the slate clean of anything Nazi. Like if you say Nazi there, it's a big deal.
No one else is using them.
Yeah,
just mow it down. It's got to be like
it's
Nazi architecture. It's got to be the most
true. Yeah,
thing.
I'd
stay there if there was a continental breakfast. You know what? Breakfasts in Germany are pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's like is it like an English breakfast where it's like beans and pork sausage and?
No, not like that at all. It's usually it's really light. It's like ham, cheese.
Oh well, I'm assuming it has some sort of pork sausage in it. I mean,
and the Germans got it right with instead of tea and crumpets, it's coffee and cake at 4:00. Much better, coffee and cake. Very good tradition. We should adopt that here.
I'll do that.
But question number 2: who buys said condo in a former Nazi torture center? Like, do they have to release the information that yes, this is a former Nazi torture center? Like,
like if you find anything strange in your luxury apartment, let us know.
I mean, the resale value on these things ain't going up. That's what I'm trying to say.
No way.
There's like huge buildings in Nuremberg that that I know are like I've actually stood on the spot. You know that big where there's a famous picture of Hitler with where there's just a crowd going on and on and on, and there's a berm in the end. I've stood on that exact same spot. You know what they use it for right now?
But
Drag racing. It's fucking awesome.
yeah, the Nürburgring. It's the Nürburgring,
Yeah, they use it for it's a drag racing strip.
and they use it to max test speeds for cars.
Yeah.
They can bring them up to like 350 miles an hour on this ring.
I don't know, chat. Would you buy a would you buy a loft that
Well,
would be a
Connor wants
torture center?
he wants to know how good the price is.
Let's take a look.
But we didn't get to the part where it sparks fury. Like, they get mad because they didn't tear it down?
88 luxury flats, 15,000 square meters of office space, and a hotel with 126 rooms, a restaurant, bars, boutiques, and a roof terrace. Describe the development as one of eternal pleasure. Their words, not mine. Sales contract include make a non-commercial space of about 1,000 square meters in the building for a dignified historical evaluation of its role between 1933 and 1943 as the Gestapo's headquarters. It's the Gestapo's headquarters. It's not just any old building where some torture took place. It's the secret police of Germany's headquarters.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see why people are mad about it now. They probably want them to tear it down, right?
I don't even know. Nothing about how much it costs.
No, it's not
I'd
done yet,
imagine it's
so-
pretty posh. It looks pretty posh from the picture.
Sparks the fury.
I wouldn't buy it.
I don't know if I would go there either. I feel weird.
We're all doomed. CDC to cut 80% of efforts to prevent global disease outbreak.
Let's talk about Ebola, because I see that right there in the picture.
Yeah, stop Ebola.
Do we really need? In America, we really don't, because modern medicines can pretty much stop
There's
it.
these things called airplanes
Yeah, but
that carry people from the countries that we're not protecting anymore
Did anyone
to our
die?
country.
Did the people who survived the Ebola outbreak actually die? Like the people in Houston?
It's a
and stuff like that?
90% fatality rate.
But did they actually die? I don't think they did. I believe the 30 or so cases in America were all cured, unless I'm wrong. Someone in chat.
that being said, allowing these diseases to continue to thrive
I don't think that we
overseas
should. I don't think we should.
is gonna let
No.
them mutate into something worse.
I can see them cutting the efforts in America, but they shouldn't do it overseas.
No, they're cutting overseas funding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Most of the funding comes from one-time 5-year emergency package that Congress approved to respond to the 2014 Ebola epidemic in West Africa. Around $600 million was awarded to the CDC to help countries prevent infectious diseases. So they're letting it expire because it was for Ebola only. But let's not worry about AIDS or any other massive problem.
The CDC come through. Oh.
Scaling back includes China, Pakistan, Haiti, Rwanda, and Congo. Last year, Congo experienced a potentially deadly Ebola outbreak in a remote forested area. CDC trained disease detectives and rapid responders helped to contain it quickly. It's like
all these countries. I'm surprised Pakistan is actually stop cutting funding because they're closer to the outbreak.
according to
2 people died in the
yeah,
U.S.
'cause it's too
they didn't-
late.
Oh, they didn't know. Okay.
Trevor. He knows. He's on the health wagon. Diabito Bandito's got us covered.
Yeah.
So why are they pulling out? Because the funding is not being renewed by the government.
Of course it's not. Woo.
The funding is not being renewed by the government because we care more about making a military parade than we do about, actually saving people.
More and more, I see this stuff go on. It makes me think of Trump's pretty much wants to compare himself to make himself look like the supreme leader, like how Kim Jong.
I don't think he's going to step down. You watch. Next, when he's voted out, he's not going to step down.
He wants military parades in
It's
his
going
honor.
to cause a constitutional crisis.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, this pisses me off as somebody over 30. Tinder can't charge older users for more premium services, California court rules. Good job, California court. You see, they're trying to make people my age pay more for Tinder.
Oh. Yeah, because don't the premium
don't-
services pretty much guarantee you matches?
Yeah, they don't want our kind around there. we can go to Zoosker, wherever the fuck people over 30 go to meet people.
What's that one farming dating site again? I forgot.
Farmersonly.com.
Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
eHarmony.
eHarmony. They've all got these
Bumble.
They've all got these dystopian names.
Bumble's just for hookups, though.
There's a thing called Bumble.
Yeah, it's a dating app like Tinder.
Farmers Meet.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Farmers Meet. Yeah, but Bumble's pretty much.
There's even an atheist one now, if I remember.
I'm
right.
sure there is. There's probably ones for each crazy.
We don't take kindly
niche.
to people who don't take kindly around here.
Nah, not Skeeter. He ain't hurt nobody.
Anyway, I'm just pissed because I don't want to pay for Tinder. It sucks enough already.
And it doesn't like. Isn't it like full of bots and stuff?
No, not really. It's just, it's like either people want hookups or they want to be pen pals. Nobody actually wants to meet anybody on
Pen
it.
pals.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a term I haven't heard in a long time. Pen
Well,
pals.
that's what I call it, because like I've been talking to this girl on Tinder for a while, and I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And she's like, no, I want to get to know you better. 3 weeks later, do you want to hang out?
No, just
No,
like
I want to make sure you're cool.
Hey,
And
you
I'm
know
like,
the best way to figure that out? Know someone?
meeting someone,
Yeah.
you freaking paranoid delusional.
Go to dinner with them. Have a conversation.
It's freaking antisocial bullshit culture we live in. Oh,
What's this?
This is a segment I call extincting. It's what we do.
Oh,
Nigel,
no.
the lonely gannet, dies as he lives, surrounded by concrete birds meant to attract him and his mates to a breeding area. So the gannet is no more, and we tried everything we could to save it. Yes, I'm sure she's not a bot because I actually have her actual number.
Oh, there goes another one.
There goes another one. It's so sad. So like they set up these like fake birds to attract them, and they finally get one, and he keeps showing up, but no other of his kind show up to breed, and they all died. The end.
And where were these species based in?
New Zealand.
Oh, that sucks. So they're probably like one of those island bird. Well, not really birds of paradise, but one of those like secluded island genuses.
Yeah, yeah.
They're super
but
rare.
It's like extincting. It's what we do. Seriously, it's like all another victim of the Holocene extinction.
Mm-hmm.
But at least they tried to save them.
Yeah, at least there's an effort. I mean, not as much as all the money they're wasting.
But it's kind
trying
of
to
like the
save pandas.
saddest way to go. It's like,
Yeah,
you know,
pandas did luck out. They're getting all the attention because they're cute.
I don't know. I think this bird's cuter than any panda I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think they were trying to spend way too much money trying to save pandas. They do not know how to survive on their own.
At least he wasn't lonely. At least he had his concrete buddies with him.
Yeah, he probably thought they were real, and
A
it's like, oh
passenger on
man,
an American Airlines
can't
flight
find a
was
mate.
restrained.
You guys
with-
can't find a mate either. That sucks.
Zombie alert!
Ah!
American Airlines passenger restrained with duct tape after biting flight attendant.
I mean, if you were on American Airlines, wouldn't you? And why do they have duct tape on hand to duct tape people to the seats with? Is that a thing that happens, or did this happen to have duct tape?
I don't know.
Like, is the duct tape meant for taping people down?
But
I don't know why I'm
I
wondering
think
about this.
every zombie. Aw. Hi, Aspen.
He's sad
I'm also
about-
sad about Nigel the
Yeah.
bird. Rest in peace, Nigel the bird.
Nigel, be remembered. It's the last of your species.
That's depressing. Would you rather be one in an infinite number of your kind and never have any value? Or would you rather be the last of your kind?
The former.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to mourn everybody's passing.
Like, exactly why I chose the former.
Oh, the previous, rather than just be a nobody.
Yeah, I'd rather be nobody.
Deep nihilistic decisions. With
Yeah.
James.
Because I'd rather not be alive knowing I'm the last of my species. Well, now what?
There's
You
a
know?
there's a comic book series about like the last man left alive. Like there's all women because the virus killed off all men.
That would suck too.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Oh, No, I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking.
We gotta
about
move
it.
on from Nigel.
We gotta move on from
Sorry,
Nigel.
mate.
I'm crying. We got a zombie alert. That's what we're talking about right now.
Zombie alert. How humanity is gonna extinct itself.
A female plane passenger was charged on Thursday after she had been restrained by duct tape and zip ties following an attack on 3 crew members during an American Airlines flight. That's a zombie. FBI said Charlene Serene Harriet, 36, had been sitting at the rear of the plane when she made dash for the cockpit just as the plane was touching down. What the fuck?
I mean, you hear stories about people having a bad day, but come on. Nigel better come back with
This
these
just
zombies.
raises even more questions. Why at like the end of the flight do you flip out and go crazy?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, a lot of people do crazy shit on flights. Maybe it was just like, yeah, what the... I don't even... I mean, you can't get in the minds of these people and know what they're thinking, so...
All right, it's another part of what did he do this time?
Oh, boy.
I was told that Whirlpool would be saved by the new tariffs that we're going to make. Remember that article we talked about 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
That when we were going to raise tariffs on China, it was going to solve our washing machine problems for good. Well, apparently not, government. Whirlpool confirms it will conduct layoffs.
No. Our washing machines, they'll never be the same.
This is just a simple update, but it really cheeses me off.
Yeah. That
Lies.
sucks.
They lied to us.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, really.
In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was a tariff passed about 2 weeks ago. We talked about in the program that is basically designed to like screw over clean energy initiatives by making Chinese solar panels really expensive. Mm-hmm. But it also was a tariff on washing machines for some reason to protect local industries. So this is not going to happen, apparently.
I mean, you can't trust anything that they say right now.
Meanwhile,
breaking news. Get the news.
Meanwhile, ExxonMobil posts $8.4 billion profit, largely from the new tax law.
Oh, what a surprise.
$8.4 billion.
Yeah, I never saw that coming.
For a company that doesn't really pay any taxes anyway to begin with.
No surprise there. This is...
Rising crude oil prices.
Is Rex Tillerson still the Secretary of State? Or did he resign?
I don't remember.
I can't tell because right in the first few months there's like all these resignations. But
who even knows anymore?
Yeah. I mean,
Detroit has 3rd year of balanced budgets. All right, Detroit.
Woo!
State oversight could end soon. So
Detroit's
it's good
finally
to see.
going on the up and up.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a nice little heartwarming topic.
Yep, that's the good news.
A city that went bankrupt in, what was it, 2010, is now finally making a profit, almost. I forget what year it was they went bankrupt, but there's definitely a revival going on.
Okay, brace yourself. School cancels Cool Runnings after student claims it's racially insensitive. Cool Runnings!
Oh. I'm guessing, was it, wait,
if you can think of a movie that's the most median movie that couldn't offend anybody,
Plus
Cool
a Disney
Runnings would be
movie.
that movie.
A Disney movie
And
as
it's
well.
a Disney movie. But somebody said it's got offensive stereotypes in it, even though it's based on the true story of the Jamaican bobsled team.
Well, I mean, did they not know how Jamaican people act?
Apparently not. I call this the cry bully generation segment. We're all becoming weak, pathetic people.
Yeah, because I grew up with that movie. Maybe people seeing it now. Just...
Listen to this memo. Winter week. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
For the
What stereotypes?
recent announcement that Cool Runnings will be shown this year, I received concerns from members of our community that raised my awareness about elements of the movie that could be viewed as culturally and racially insensitive. What? John Candy's Canadian? Is that what's insensitive about it? He's Canadian, but he's playing an American. That's the most offensive thing I can think about.
Oh,
in this
is it
movie.
because they have a Jamaican accent?
But they're Jamaican
they're from
actors.
Jamaican.
They're from Jamaica.
And
It's about the Jamaican bobsled team.
They got the cool bobsled team. They got the cool rap they do. That's like, oh, we got the Jamaican bobsled team.
And they find unity and work together when they finally accept their Jamaicanness instead of trying to be like everybody else.
They accept themselves. Well, it's like, would you consider like movies like Blazing Saddles racially insensitive? I call them historically accurate.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, but Cool Runnings.
Okay.
But okay, so this started a reply chain with more than 150 responses from students. Has now turned to full-blown outrage. It's a PG movie for kids 8 and above. We are 8 and above. Jamaica is sending their first women's bobsled team this year, so why not? This is the perfect time to show this movie. That's true too. It's first year ever
Are they actually...
for a female Jamaican bobsled team.
Nice. Yeah, why not show the movie?
Cool. Of all things I could think, literally, if Cool Runnings offends you, air offends you. Like the passage of time offends you.
And you know these people that are offended aren't African American or Jamaican.
No!
You know?
No!
They're just getting offended for other people that they think are being offended.
Exactly. It portrays stereotypes. You know what movie portrays stereotypes? Well, I can't really think of one right now, but the point is...
It portrays stereotypes. Emoji Movie. It's a horrible, horrible portrayal of people's stereotypes.
Speaking of... It's our favorite whipping post. Facebook. You sent me this one. Facebook addiction linked to narcissism and other psychological factors study finds. I'm not going to name names, but there's a guy I follow on Facebook. He's a nice enough guy, but I swear to God, every fucking post is personality test. What this says about me. What do you guys think about me? What is your like every effing post is the same thing.
Facebook went from a platform meant to connect people to a platform about sharing.
A platform about narcissism.
Which all that sharing is narcissism.
By the way, listen to Exit Earth podcast because it makes us feel narcissistic.
Like our Facebook page. We don't have one. Or do we?
We do.
Oh, like our Facebook page.
You can find a link to our YouTube where you can watch us more on there. But that being said...
Hit that bell so new videos come. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, but it's all about... like that's why I stopped using social media. It's all people sharing and not really sharing, too. It just went from sharing to showing off in, like, a few years.
5 reasons why your chip preference may be linked to your job success.
Yeah, it's just...
I don't think there's anything we can say about this aside from... Yeah, that figures.
Yeah, it's very, very true. That's why I put it in here. Like, yeah, we need to talk about that just for a little bit.
I'm going to skip this because I think this is good for a big topic. The information is fundamental.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thing.
Skip that for now. Oh, hello.
Next big disappointment.
Oh, is it the
smart glasses?
Yeah, the smart glasses look normal. I read about this. So I forget is this the Alexa enabled one or is this the what's the other one?
Let's move to our main topic.
Okay.
It's 8:12. We'll do these next time. That guy's an asshole.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
So
anyway.
Our big topic, terraforming. Turning planets into Earth-like planets.
Yes.
So the first question I have is, should we?
Not on Mars.
Well, let's go through each planet and see what we can do, all right? So Mercury, you're not going to be able to do anything on Mercury unless you can live under the ground. Because you're just going to get toasted.
Or unless you just like follow the sunset.
I don't think there's any liquid water on Mercury.
I don't believe so.
So
Mercury's
out.
Surface. Yeah,
no Mercury. Venus.
It could. I mean, if you could reverse the greenhouse effect, maybe.
Well, I've heard of things from people like saying
It probably lost all of its water though.
You could put a shield up in space around the whole planet and cool it and like filter out sunlight.
Yeah.
But one of the more radical ideas I heard is there's actually breathable oxygen layers on Venus in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
so you
about.
make dirigible space
Balloons.
stations.
Balloons make Cloud City.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
But it's definitely possible on Venus.
All it takes is one asshole to shoot the dirigibles, and you're all. It's like it ends up like
There's still
Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah. I mean, do you really need to bring guns to Venus? I mean, come on. Keep those on Earth. Speaking of which, Earth, how do we terraform Earth?
They were saying that it would be like a thin, like the tints on your car. Imagine one of those, but like the size of the planet in orbit. It's not a very reasonable thing. There was actually another guy that said if you detonated all the nuclear weapons if you wouldn't need to have it around the whole planet, you just need it around the front.
Yeah.
You needed a geosynchronous orbit somehow. But there was a guy that said if you detonated all the nukes that we had at once in front of Venus, it would knock it into Earth's orbit. Probably make it as radioactive as shit, but I don't think that's...
I mean, I don't know if it'll knock it into our orbit. That's a lot of...
Or a farther orbit.
Yeah. Giant crystal shield covering the Earth.
That's what's real. So Venus. What about terraforming our own planet to save it from... to help our bird friend that just went extinct?
I mean...
I think we're going to need to eventually.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying the solution, just keep planting trees. It's the best we can do
I'm
at
still
this point.
sticking with my live under the ocean thing.
But if all the oxygen in the ocean will disappear eventually.
It's true.
So
We could save.
we
a
need
bird
more
from the
oxygen
cloning.
producers that suck up carbon dioxide, like trees.
What? Okay. Por qué no los dos?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what you said.
Why not both?
Oh, there you go.
Mars. Okay. So the moon. The moon. We got to talk about the moon.
Oh,
Making a moon base. You got here's the number one problem you got with any planetary colony is gravity is going to screw you up because it's going to cause ectopic pregnancy. It's going to cause bone degeneration. It's going to cause a lot of ailments and diseases that you're not going to be able to do anything about reasonably.
Mm-hmm.
And the moon's got considerably lower gravity than the Earth.
And it does have a very thin atmosphere, but I don't know if it has a liquid core or a solid iron core.
It doesn't have a functioning core.
So it doesn't have a magnetic field.
It doesn't have a magnetic field. So you need radiation shields. You need to live underground again.
Yeah.
And you need to have some source of water there if there is water.
Wasn't there?
They think there's ice around the poles, but they're not sure. That's what that Indian space mission is going to find out for sure. It's all theoretical.
Yeah, any time people are talking about, let's terraform the moon, let's terraform Mars, I just immediately say, why?
Well, I'm going to get there in a second. I'm going to capstone this in the end with my own opinions.
Okay.
But terraforming Mars. All right, so Mars got the same gravity problem as the moon, except
just
less.
like,
it's 2/3 the size of the Earth.
Slightly less. Because it's a
There's
smaller planet.
there's no known because we can. That's a good enough reason.
I mean, it'll just get reversed in a few years.
Mars has got another problem though too. It's got no magnetic field, which means it can't sustain an atmosphere.
It'll
on its
get
own.
ripped away by solar wind.
Unless we somehow restart its core somehow.
Which, I don't know how you're going to do that. Nuclear weapons?
Nuclear bombs. That's the only everything involves nuclear energy. Yeah, you'd have to restart its core to make volcanic activity again. And I mean, Mars got hit by something so hard that it made a crater that covers 1/3 of its surface, and that they think is what jetted out all of its volcanic activity at the same time.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
that's
Mars
not
is
good.
out.
Okay, Jupiter.
Well, you can't.
The moons of Jupiter.
The moon's Jupiter.
So you got
Yes.
Europa.
Well, no. You can't with Jupiter. You have to have pretty intense radiation shields. Because Jupiter exudes a lot of radiation.
Yeah, it's a giant particle accelerator.
Yeah.
But
so you have to... I don't know if an atmosphere will be able to sustain itself. I mean, there's some of those moons that do have atmospheres, but...
the closest gravitational pull to Earth would be Venus. Venus wouldn't be as much of a problem.
Yeah.
People wouldn't have many problems at all living on Venus. But the problems with Venus we already talked about. So
I think it's possible if you somehow get good radiation.
well,
shielding.
Europa's got an ocean underneath, and the water acts as a radiation shield
And
as itself.
Also, Enceladus does too.
Enceladus, Ganymede.
Yeah, Ganymede.
There's lots of options in around in the orbit of Jupiter. To be honest.
Oh yeah. They have a lot of moons. Isn't like
Because I don't know if you guys know this, but submersible technology, the only reason a submarine has to get to land anymore is food for the crew. That's it.
yeah,
They get their air, they get their water. Their nuclear reactor only needs service every once in a while. They get their air and their water from reverse osmosis in the ocean. So if you had a submarine that grew its own food, you could theoretically stay under the ocean indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
So and you only need to you need reactor maintenance, but that's every like 10, 15 years or
Who
something.
says it has to be a submarine on Enceladus? You can just attach colonies to the large ice crust,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I'm just obsessed with going under the ocean because Sequest. So
well, that's what they're saying is like the big thing in space exploration is subsurface oceans. So,
all right,
yeah. Anyway, you're
Saturn. Well, we got
it's pretty much the same situation as Jupiter.
yeah we got Titan,
Yeah.
which has got fossil fuels. So we got a rocket fuel depot we could go to on Titan.
Yeah. I forgot the other moons. There's a lot of moons of Saturn.
There's a lot of moons of Saturn.
So, yeah, I don't know exactly the rest of them. I only know of Titan, really.
Neptune's pretty much right out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so far from the sun, you can't rely on solar power that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
same with Uranus.
And Neptune's my favorite planet though, because it's got lightning bolts this length of the United States and 2,000 mile per hour winds, and that's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah.
Liquid methane ocean seas.
The lightning bolt thing is cool, though.
Pluto is way too far out.
It's just an object in the Oort cloud. Or
And-
not the Oort cloud, the, what's it called? Other Kuiper belt?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Planet 9, which they suspect
Nibiru.
exists, but haven't found yet, is a really massive rocky planet. So it'd be the opposite problem of the other planets for Earth. It'd be too heavy gravity,
Well, we can't even detect it.
and we can't even find it.
So it has no light.
Solar power has like no light. Enceladus has lots of lice under it.
Lice.
Lice. It's
Oh.
lots of sea lice too. It's alive. all and the thing is, all the planets that we talked about, all the moons we talked about in Jupiter and Uranus are all our probably best chances to find extraterrestrial life. Way better than Mars.
I definitely believe on like Enceladus and Ganymede and all the Jupiter's moons that we pretty much know for sure have subsurface oceans. They have to have life because there has to be some geothermal activity going on down there, and you see the
Right.
stuff that brews up in our deep oceans. So, can't imagine what's going down there if there is life.
I've seen Captain Earth too. Yes, Connor. It's not an alien stealth vessel.
Sure.
But this brings me to my point about all this, and that's why do we need a planet at all? What's this obsession with a planet? I mean, you only need 175 meters of steel to make a rotating space station that has Earth normal gravity. You make it a cylinder, and you just keep building outwards. You've got all the solar power you ever need. All you need is the raw materials to build the space station.
So what you're saying is pretty much build the Citadel from Mass Effect almost.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it works.
I mean,
Just
there's
harvest
lots. I'm
resources
not acting
from
like
asteroids.
like we have the technology to do it now. That's another thing that boggles my mind is we have the technology. We don't have the technology to terraform planets yet, but we have the technology to make fully sustainable space stations already.
Well, I don't even know if terraforming is actually like efficient enough to be a thing.
Well, in the article I was looking at, they were talking about dropping like millions of these these seed pod things
Yeah,
onto Mars.
Just use all that steel that you're gonna waste on that and build a space station.
Yeah, because the gravity's never going to be good unless you can make an artificial gravity generator.
Yeah,
We have the technology to protect the station from massive amount of radiation gamma rays. You put water outside the space station, and then you filter for radioactive particles when you use the water.
So wait, does the water just absorb the radioactive particles then?
Yeah, it acts
then
as
you
a
just-
natural radiation shield.
Oh,
Or you just make a solid state radiation gamma ray shield that's, 20, 30, 40 meters thick.
Mhm.
Like the one of the cultures in my book is like thinks this way, and I can't find fault with their logic. Like why do we need a planet anymore at all? No dumbasses allowed. Unfortunately, there's lots of dumbasses in that faction.
Then you kind of get into what was it, that one movie?
Is this all so you can live underwater in space? Yes.
I want to live in the radiation
I want to
shield.
live underwater in space.
Live in the radiation shields of your ring. Your what's that one movie?